Welcome to midterm election night 2018. Now tonight we have live crews across the state in Bismarck, Fargo, Minot, Williston, and Dickinson, bringing you coverage of everything election related.
What goes through your mind when you see this, when you see your property underwater?
The sheer number of police officers that arrived at this college is just impressive. It's not only police officers from all across the state of North Dakota, but yesterday I had the privilege of speaking with some police from New York City and Chicago. The Magic City is covered in a thick blanket of snow tonight, and it's showing no sign of stopping. It's falling on us right now.
We're in day 21 of the government shutdown, and we continue to follow those who are impacted by it.
Well, I'll tell you what I'm seeing right now are dozens of people in this northeast Minot apartment who are taking a lot of their belongings out of their units outside, presumably that they're soaked in water.
Fire chief also says that crews will remain on scene here, putting out the flames and monitoring the scene throughout the night and into Monday. So tell me, why of the taxi?
This is Joe Skurzewski with NBC North Dakota News. I'm joined with my colleague and teammate here, Andrew Horn. Governor Doug Burgum just wrapped up his 2019 State of the State address.
No lavish hotels for the crew at the Fur Trader Rendezvous. Everyone who is here for the state fair works, cooks, and eats on the grounds the entire time. They even sleep in teepees such as this one.
Good evening, I'm Joe Skurzewski, and thanks for tuning in. Yesterday, we broke the news that a petition to audit the school board in Belcourt had made its way all the way to state officials in Bismarck. It's brought to light growing concerns over members of the board and how the board is handling business. Income taxes and airport security are by far not the only things being impacted by the shutdown. With that, Jacqueline joins us for her first look at weather. As Megan alluded to, Jacqueline, how is this impacting how you forecast? Overseas tonight, there is new confusion over President Trump's plan to withdraw U.S. forces from Syria after a new announcement today. NBC's Richard Engel, who's spent time with U.S. troops in Syria, has the latest. All right, Daniela and Andrew, thank you. Now on the other side of the state in West Fargo at the Doubletree Hotel is Megan Hoffman and Jack Springate. Guys, how are the Democrats feeling about their chances tonight? Weather delays, but can't stop the trip of a lifetime. We're talking about an honor flight where veterans from Wisconsin got the chance to travel to our nation's capital. Thank you to all of our viewers for joining us this morning for this historic speech at Minot State University. I'm privileged to be joined by Marcy Bollinger with KFYR. Marcy, let's talk about the lineup today. Robert Roode campaigned heavy on rural issues in Ward County. He leads that race right now with 38% of the vote. Voters approved medical marijuana in 2016. At the end of 2018, patients were still waiting for product. A big question is how much usable product will people be able to have? All right, Charlie, do you love North Dakota?
Oh, I do. I really do. It's really growing on me.
Yeah, well, get this. Someone started one of those online petitions to merge North and South Dakota into one big state. If you're looking for some post-holiday entertainment this weekend, the Mouse River Players in Minot may just have the ticket. The theater group is putting on its rendition of Fox on the Fairway. It's an uproarious story of a country club owner who tries to win a bet with his arch enemy by enlisting a naive young man to compete in a golf tournament. And with that, our meteorologist Jacqueline Ayer joins us. It's so nice, Jacqueline, to see people be able to enjoy the downtown and the nice temps. Today, Judge Stacey Lauser explained why she was sentencing Cynthia to life in prison. Here's our coverage from today's events in court.
He's a good man. He's a good husband. He would never do anything that would hurt his kids. I stand by him.
That was Cynthia Wilder in December of 2016 after a jury convicted her husband, Richie Wilder Jr., of murdering his ex-wife Angela the previous year. Flash forward to the present, and Cynthia herself is headed to prison. Minot District Judge Stacey Lauser went well above the state's recommendation in ordering a life imprisonment for Cynthia for her role in Angela's death. This comes in an emotional sentencing hearing that included a playback of an audio recording of a conversation that Cynthia had with a confidential informant, where she admits to her role in Angela's killing.
If it was me, I would have gone back and cut her Fingers off, I would have burned him, I would have lit the house on fire. I could go to jail for a very long time because I helped him.
In laying down her sentence, Judge Lauser invoked Angela's role as a mom.
Of all of her roles, it is this court's speculation that the role she was most proud of was being a mother. Because of your actions, Angela Wilder's children have forever been robbed of making memories, of sharing their joys, their triumphs, and their heartache with their mother.
Cynthia took the stand to plead her case.
I still want the very best for all of my children. I want them to be in a safe and loving home.
Still, Judge Lauser brought forth the harshest sentence.
As to count 1, conspiracy to commit murder, to a sentence of life imprisonment without the possibility of parole.
Richie is currently serving his own life sentence after being convicted of Angela's murder.
Judge Lauser also forbid Cynthia from having contact with Angela's family, including the children. Angela Wilder would have turned 33 this September.
Prosecutors in Rolette County have filed a murder charge in Tuesday's fatal shooting.
Joe Skurzewski headed to the Bell Court for an exclusive interview with the victim's family.
I'm just trying to get through this.
July 31st, 2018 would become one of the worst days ever for Claudette Pachant. She'd lose her beloved son, James, or Joey as loved ones called him, at the hands of 49-year-old Ronald Wu-Tan in a shooting that brought police from across the region to her small town.
How's the rest of the family holding up?
They're not.
Claudette says she wants to know why it took so long for authorities to enter this home to attend to her son.
My son is in there. He's dead. My daughter's left and my granddaughter's not in there, so why can't you guys go in there and get him? You know, I felt bad because my son laid there for that long.
Rolette County prosecutors say it appears Pachant was dead before anyone called for help or police could arrive on scene. Rolette Police Chief Joseph Kaufman says authorities didn't know until at least 2 hours into the ordeal that there was a second subject in the house.
At the beginning of it, we didn't know for sure what was going on, and you know, our thing is you risk a life to save a life.
Claudette says she believes Wu-Tan suffered from PTSD and alcoholism, which may have triggered the incident.
You could say something to Joe. What would you say?
I just want to hold you. And he has 2 boys and a wife. Joey, I miss you and I love you.
Wu-Tan remains in custody on a $1 million bond.
The sound of 100 police sirens took over the main drag through Rolla as the body of Deputy Colt Ellery returned from Grand Forks. Later, amid the backdrop of a flag at half-mast, the Rolla community and law enforcement gathered together at Rolla City Hall for a candlelight vigil.
I'm here to pay my respects to a fine officer who gave his life in the line of duty and upstanding citizen.
The community honored Deputy Ellery through song and traditional Native American chants and drums. Some mourners even made T-shirts commemorating this fallen hero.
We have such a small community, and it's everyone's kind of tight-knit together. Everyone knows everybody, and it's such a small community that one thing happens, everybody gets involved.
Friends and neighbors coming together as one community to remember a life.
We ask you, Lord, to allow this to be a moment of grace for all of us to realize just how fragile we are.
The mourners then walked across Rolla to the public school with the help of a police escort. In Rolla, for NBC North Dakota News, I'm Joe Skurzewski.
Now let's head over to Joe for more highlights.
Hey, thanks, Ben. The Aggies were looking to continue their winning ways tonight as they hosted the Netrose Cardinals. Let's take it out to the Star City. We're going to pick things up in the second quarter with Velva already up 28-0. Netrose trying to mount a comeback here. Quarterback Ethan Miller completes the pass to number 5 Sage Weigel before a hard tackle from Velva's Quentin Peterson. Now that drive comes up empty though. Velva with the ball. We begin with tonight's marquee matchup on the hardwood as the Minot Magicians welcome the Mandan Braves to Magic City campus. For the Braves, Trey Wiest, he takes care of things himself, driving the lane and dropping the layoff off the glass just out of reach of the Magicians' Alex Shimke. Braves bench loving that. Shimke would get his revenge right here, stepping back before hitting this mid-range jumper to keep the Magicians in it. The Magicians student cheering section, gotta love them, cheering their team on. Then check out this ball movement by the Magicians. Mikkel gives it up, but he'd eventually get it back. And watch this, he drains the three. They had a close game all night, but the sharpshooting Braves are just too much. They come into Minot and they get the win in a thriller, 72-70.